Dad texted, "Get out of the family." My sister liked it. I replied, "I'll stop paying tomorrow." By midnight, they were screaming in the group chat. I was on my lunch break at work, checking emails when the alert popped up. Henrik's name appeared at the top of my screen. For a brief moment, I thought he was checking in, maybe asking about last week's presentation or the promotion update. Something normal that saw me as more than a signature on forms. The message loaded. I read it twice before it sank in. "We've decided to end all contact. Stay away from us forever." No intro or reason. Just a stark declaration that I'd been cut off from the family I'd supported for 32 years. My phone buzzed again before I processed the hit. Elena liked the message. My younger sister, the favorite who always worsened family drama, had thumbs up Dad's order for me to go. I sat in the break room, my half-eaten lunch abandoned on the table, staring at that blue thumb. Fluorescent lights buzzed above. Someone's leftovers spun in the microwave, filling the air with reheated fish smell. Everything seemed surreal, like I'd entered a world where family could text me away and my sister celebrated. My hands shook as I typed my reply. I didn't overthink it. No drafting and redrafting like usual with them. I just wrote what came and hit send. "I'll remove my name from all loans tomorrow." Then I shut off my phone, ate the rest of my meal, and went back to work. I had a 3 p.m. client meeting. I wouldn't let this family mess ruin my job like it had everything else. But I'd always been the responsible one. While Elena partied through college on mom and dad's money, racking up debt and switching majors, I worked 2 jobs to fund my degree. When Isabel wanted to refinance the house for a Europe trip, I co-signed. My credit was spotless, theirs was wrecked. When Henrik leased a truck he couldn't afford, guess who guaranteed it? After Elena wrecked her 3rd car, she needed another. I signed as primary borrower since her credit was trash and no dealer would touch her. I was the reliable daughter, showing up, signing papers, sending money, wanting only some recognition and respect. I never got it. Instead, years of snide comments on my weight, career, and staying single over settling for their pics. Elena said my outfits ruined family photo vibes. So they cut me from portraits. They called me selfish for not dropping everything to move furniture, watch dogs, or drive 3 hours to a cousin's shower. But I kept appearing, kept signing, kept being the net because families help each other in tough times, right? Apparently, it only went one way. On my drive home, I turned my phone on. Vibrated like crazy. Texts, missed calls, voicemails. The family group chat I joined years ago but rarely used except when they needed me blew up. I parked at my apartment before opening it. "Elena, are you serious?" "Isabel and Sophie, how could you threaten us?" "This is why we decided." "Henrik, you're vengeful and selfish." "Elena, you're trying to ruin us." "Isabel, please rethink." "Let's discuss like adults." "Elena, I need my car." "Sophie, I have a job." That almost made me laugh. Elena worked 9 months at a boutique, calling sick more than showing up. "But sure, tell me your car's vital." Texts poured in, each more frantic. Uncle Klaus joined, giving his usual forgive and forget advice. Aunt Margaret sent prayer hands. Cousin Victor, silent for 6 years, opined on my character. I scrolled with strange detachment. These folks just said stay away forever. Henrik typed it. Now, under an hour later, they raged because I agreed. But I still carried their financial weight around my neck. I didn't reply. Instead, I opened my banking app and listed everything. The house refinance had me as co-signer with Henrik primary. His debt ratio too high alone. Truck lease had my guarantee. Elena's car loan was fully in my name with her SSN since she'd defaulted so much no lender took her. 2 years back, Isabel asked for a personal loan to redo the kitchen. With my great credit, I borrowed 18,000 euros at low rates, 350 euros auto-debited monthly. She was supposed to repay. She made 3 payments before excuses. I covered it all like my debt, keeping it from collections to guard my credit. As my savings stalled and home dreams faded, tomorrow I'd make calls. I barely slept, but was awake before my 7 a.m. alarm. I made coffee, put on business casual, and sat at my kitchen table with laptop, phone, and notes. House refinance first. I called the lender at 10 a.m. opening. The rep sounded bored until I explained. Is the other borrower okay with this? Not my issue. I'm ending my tie to this loan. If he wants the house, he refinances a loan. If not qualified, sell it. Start the paperwork. Rep sent me to supervisor. Supervisor to legal. By hang up, I understood the process. I could request removal needing refinance. Henrik couldn't qualify, so forced sale. I felt nothing, no guilt, no joy. Just resolved to stop setting myself aflame for their warmth. Truck lease next. Easier. Called dealership, said I wanted off as guarantor, asked procedures. Finance manager unhappy, but said if primary lessee can't replace me or refinance repossess. Want written notice? He said tightly. Certified mail. Will reassess the lessee's quals without guarantor. Fails, recovery starts. How long? 30 to 60 days post-notice. I wrote the letter before lunch. Elena's car I dreaded. Loan fully mine legally. My car. She drove it as help after her wreck. Insurance on my policy. Registration mine. I could take it back. The idea stuck as I ate salad at my desk, scrolling Wilder chat messages. Isabel said I was breaking down, needed therapy. Henrik threatened financial abuse suit, funny if not typical. Elena sent 40 texts, angry, begging, angry. Plus voices I skipped. Klaus said as mediator, planning intervention call. Aunt Margaret prayed but hinted Satan's influence. But I felt in control for once in years. Clear-headed. I called a college friend, now family lawyer elsewhere. We stayed connected via texts, birthday calls. Reliable. Sophia, if someone co-signed family loans and wants out, simplest way? She paused. Sophie, your family? Hypothetically? Hypothetically, options vary by loan. Mortgages tough, refinance or sell. Car loans, leases, demand removal, force primary to requalify. Personal loans by terms, but if primary borrower, Sophia laughed bitterly. Then that person owns the car, can repossess anytime. Their property. What did your family do? I said not all, but enough. Years taken for granted, financial load, constant jabs, exclusion, Henrik's text, Elena's thumb. Sophia quiet long after. Take the car today, she said. No warning. Get your property before they hide or trash it. Document all, loans, payments, texts. For any suit, show you've been fair. I left work early, family emergency. True enough. Elena lived with parents in co-signed house, drove my car, part-time job when she wanted, spent freely. Knew her schedule. At work till 7 p.m., parents out till 6 at least. Had spare keys for house, car. For emergencies, not this. When I arrived, neighborhood same, neat lawns, matching homes, flags on porches. Grew up 3 blocks over in smaller house they sold before this one. This one they needed my cosign, credit ruined by overspending. My car parked in driveway, white and shiny in sun. I'd paid every payment 3 years. Insurance, registration, maintenance. Ate her unpaid ticket cost till collections, hiking premiums. Parked on street, keyed in. Inside messy, wrappers on floor, makeup on seat, jacket in back. Smelled fake cherry and old fries. Started engine, drove away. Felt odd, like stealing though mine. Expected yells or cops. But quiet. Got to apartment fine. Parked, locked, went in. Sent chat message, retrieved my car. Elena find other ride. Didn't wait replies. Muted chat, prep gym class. Fallout huge. Back from gym, sweaty, endorphins up, felt myself again months later. Phone melted from messages, calls. Chat over 200 new. Removed, readed thrice, punishment till they wanted yelling target. Isabel voicemails on my cruelty. Henrik texted police threat for stolen car. Hilarious if real. Elena tagged me in Facebook post on narcissists' betrayal. Untagged, tightened privacy settings. Extended family piled on. Little-known cousin Victor DM'd selfish, heartless. Uncle Klaus tried group video, declined. Aunt Margaret made church prayer chain for my soul. Only silent, Grandma, Isabel's mom in Arizona retirement, drama avoider. Always kind, birthday cards with $45 checks, holiday life questions. Around 9 p.m., unknown number called. Almost ignored, thinking family minion. But answered. Sophie, old but strong voice. Grandma Edith. Hi, Grandma. Your mom called upset today. Said you stole sister's car, forcing home loss. Told her not like you without reason. Want your side first. Nearly cried. In a day of worst assumptions, someone asking felt life-saving. I told all. Debts, safety net years, criticism, exclusion from events, Henrik's text, Elena's decision to drop unearned duties. Grandma listened, no interrupts. After quiet seconds, Grandpa and I lent your mom money young, struggling. 4,500 euros, big then. Agreed repay when able. Never did, not €1. Years later, she said not loan, thought gift. Seemed confused, we expected back. She sighed, chair shift, phone rustle. Some think world owes endless support. Your mom's one, taught Elena same. Sorry they saw you as ATM, not daughter. You're right protecting yourself even if they don't see. Talked 20 more minutes. Stories of Grandpa died when I was 12 on independence, integrity. Job, home, life beyond chaos. Listened like it mattered. Before end, rewriting will next week. Plans split to your mom, brother. Changing some. You deserve support even after I'm gone. Tried protesting, she shut down gently. Let old woman handle her money. Gives me peace. After family freakout manageable. One ally understanding. Next 2 weeks, boundary boot camp. Blocked Elena after insane texts. Filtered Isabel to voicemail. Listened sometimes, fascinated by escalating tricks. Henrik's lawyer sent threat letter, bluff, I did nothing wrong. House process advanced. Henrik tried sole refinance, denied. Lender started forced sale. Hired real estate lawyer for my equity share protection. Truck easier. Dealership letter, new guarantor or return. He got coworker to co-sign, likely clueless. No repo. Elena's transport will turn social saga. Posted often on sister stealing car, ignoring it wasn't hers. GoFundMe for new car got €270 before fatigue. Parents bought old Craigslist Honda Civic. She griped online, not new, missing features. Watched distant. Locked socials down. Felt odd relief out of circus. Work my haven. Dove into projects, extra duties, late helps for overloaded colleagues. Manager noted in one-on-one. Stepped up lately, Sophie. Last client presentation stellar, mentoring newbies praised. Thanks, extra energy redirected. She smiled wise. Cutting personal dead weight frees professional growth. Keep it. Promotions soon, your name listed. Left meeting lighter than years. 3 months later got it, senior account manager, 15% raise. Extra cash to savings, growing mine. House sold after 3 months. Good area, quick despite forced. Post-mortgage, commissions, €35,000 equity. Lawyer got my €18,000 share. Doc showed 50-50, I'd paid most mortgage years, Henrik Little. He texted Vulture for their money. No reply, forwarded to lawyer for file. Surprise, not family rage, expected. Surprise, folks sharing stories. Dental hygienist at cleaning said overheard my call weeks back, pondered her brother since. Gym guy said girlfriend supported family years, ruining relationship. People saw my moves, mirrored own traps. Clara from book club invited coffee on it. Late 40s, polished, successful look. Not close monthly book chats. My son's 32, she said, stirring cappuccino. Lives with me 8 years, no rent. Body work, spends on games, eating out. Suggest contribute or move, he says, unsupportive. Real moms don't charge kids. Look tired saying it. Last week, cosign car loan request, credit none. Something snapped. Thought of you, said no. Plain no. Silence since. In my house, my food, utilities, silent treating me like unreasonable. What next? I asked. 60-day notice out. Checked laws, even no rent, formal evict. Imagine evicting own kid for not adulting? Sad as 2 women used years by family seeing love one way. Easier? She asked. Guilt. Thought. Guilt fades. Not gone, we're taught no to family makes us bad. Comes noise, not alarm. See, love doesn't demand self-sacrifice. She nodded, raised cup to bad daughters, worse moms. Clinked mine to boundaries. Isabel's kitchen loan bugged weeks post others. 10,000 euros in my name, her repay promise. Paid 2 years, she 1,050 euro total. I'd sunk 8,000 euros own cash in her kitchen. Lawyer suggested sue, but costs eat recovery, emotional drain not worth. Decided, stopped paying. Credit dropped 60 points over 8 months, Mrs. Piled. Count delinquent, charged off, sold collectors. Hurt seeing built credit wrecked. But loan haunted anyway. This way, no 350 euro monthly loss. Collectors called 6 months post-stop. Balance with fees, interest over 12,000 euros. Settled 4,500 euro lump from house proceeds. Got written settled, off credit 90 days. Math favored me. Paid 8,000 euros 2 years plus 4,500 euros. 12,500 euros on her 18,000 euro loan. She got 5,500 euro kitchen discount via my temp credit hit. She never mentioned Mrs., said everything. Hadn't tracked, didn't care if I carried. Loan unreal post kitchen done. Saved settlement as reminder, sometimes break to fix. Same time Elena's socials erratic. Shifted from me whines to rants on toxics, fake kin, narcissists abandoning needs. Found psych terms, weaponized disorders on disagreeers. Long Facebook my truth her events version. I jealous, controlling sister hating her beauty, popularity. Co-signed loans as gifts I gave now spitefully yanking. Repossessed car as her payments, bold lie almost impressive. Comments, supportive clueless friends, few calling holes. Old coworker, but you said sister paid all, borrowing car? Elena deleted, blocked. Watched from locked profile, pity mixed vindication. So bent on victim, built alt reality no fault hers, all blame others. Therapist warned. Accountability avoiders dodge hard, rewrite past, rally allies, chaos. Don't engage. Let her version stay real. Did let her perform victim to tiring audience. Focused my life, real world consequences wins. Isabel, Henrik to smaller town rental. Elena with. Heard via grapevine they blamed me always, to listeners on daughter ruining family. Some bought it. High school friends unfriended. Distant kin messaged forgive, honor parents. But unexpected support. Old roommate reached after story version. Told truth, she always saw unfair treatment, not her place to say. Old coworker outstate messaged, same family treatment, financial cut best choice ever. Sophia called weeks, check, cheer freedom. Started therapy not for wrongdoing but 30+ years chaos marked me. Needed pro process. Therapist no nonsense 60s woman. Affirmed choices first session then helped unpack pain ditching unloving family. Mourning deserved family, she said one session. Proud parents, friend, sister. Grieve loss while knowing reality never matched. 6 months post Henrik text, Saturday coffee shop, reading book, latte, someone approached. Sophie. Looked up. Took second, Luca, Elena's ex few years back. Nice guy, I liked, short, she dumped for better car. Luca, hi. How are you? Good. Mind if I sit a sec? Gestured opposite chair. Sat uneasy. Heard family stuff. Elena's version first, then old roommate Clara at party gave real. Yeah, whole thing. Just sorry what you endured. Dated Elena year, saw family treatment firsthand. Always called you for fixes, pays, never thank you once. Ran hand through hair, upset. Elena complained you constant but mad you not doing more. Set no concert loan cause your rent due, called you selfish. Drove me nuts. Part why broke up. Couldn't handle her entitlement. Unsure what say. Used to villain role, confirmation alien. Thanks telling. Helps no not crazy. Not. Better without. Opinion. Elena still parents home, part-time, dramatic posts on wrongs. You living life. You won. After he left, sat reflecting. Hadn't felt winner. Like survived disaster, picking pieces. But maybe same view different. Escaping toxic, building better not win-lose. Choosing self once. Called realtor on buying home. Qualified via house equity, loan savings, better finances, no others debts. Small, she said. But starter condo, nice area. Let's, I said. Ready, look. Year post message, bought 1-bed condo, park balcony. Not huge, mine. My deed, payment, decor freedom. Invited Clara, Sophia housewarming. Takeout on new couch, wine and mugs, glasses unpacked. Toasted new start. Felt long absent at family, real joy. To Sophie, Sophia raised mug, courage saving self. Family chat in blocked box. Imagined active, griping me, victim rewrite. Didn't care check. Started seeing someone, software engineer via friend. Not serious yet, nice, funny, no fix expect. Hiked last weekend, he casual, folks excited meet you, heard lots. Nearly cried mid-trail. I wrote the letter before lunch. Elena's car was the one I dreaded most. The loan was fully in my name legally. It was my car. She drove it only because I wanted to help her recover from her last mess. The insurance was on my policy. Registration in my name. I could just take it back. The idea stuck as I ate salad at my desk and scrolled the Wilder group chat messages. Isabel said I was breaking down and needed therapy. Henrik threatened a financial abuse lawsuit. It would have been funny if not so typical. Elena sent about 40 texts, angry to begging back to angry. Plus voice notes I skipped. Cole Klaus set himself as mediator, trying to book an intervention call. Aunt Margaret kept praying but started hinting Satan's influence on me. But I didn't feel out of control. For the first time in years, I thought clearly. I called a college friend who'd gone to law school. Now a family lawyer in another state. We stayed close via texts and yearly birthday calls. She was always reliable. Sophia, if someone co-signed family loans and wants out, simplest way? She paused. Sophie, your family? Hypothetically? Hypothetically, options depend on loan type. Mortgages tricky, refinance or sell. Car loans, leases, demand removal make primary requalify. Personal loans by terms, but if primary borrower and others, Sophia laughed, not nicely. Then that person owns the car. Can repossess any time. It's theirs. What did your family do? I said not all, but enough. Years taken for granted. The money load I carried. Endless jabs and exclusion. Henrik's text. Elena's thumbs up. Sophia stayed quiet long after. Take the car, she said finally. Today. No heads up. Grab your property before they hide or wreck it. Document everything: loans, payments, texts. For any lawsuit, prove you've been more than fair. I left work early. Family emergency. Not a lie. Elena still lived with parents in the co-signed house. Drove my car. Part-time job when she felt like. Spent cash freely. I knew her routine. At work till 7 p.m., parents out till at least 6. Had spare keys for house and car. Kept for real emergencies, not this. When I pulled up, neighborhood unchanged. Neat lawns. Matching suburban houses. Flags on some porches. I grew up 3 blocks away in a smaller home they sold before this. This one needed my cosign. Their credit trashed from overspending years. My car sat in driveway, white and shiny in afternoon sun. I'd made every payment 3 years. Covered insurance, registration, maintenance. Swallowed her unpaid ticket costs till collections, bumping premiums. Parked on street. Keyed open the car. Inside a disaster. Fast food trash on floor, makeup scattered on seat, wrinkled jacket in back. Smelled fake cherry and old fries. Started engine. Drove off. Felt strange, like stealing though legally mine. Expected someone to burst out yelling stop. Or cops pulling over. But quiet. Made it to apartment, no issues. Parked in spot. Locked up. Went inside. Sent one chat message, retrieved my car. Elena, find other transport. Didn't wait for replies. Muted chat. Got ready for evening gym. Fallout was massive. Back from gym, sweaty, endorphins buzzing. Felt like me again after months. Phone nearly fried from message and call flood. Family chat over 200 new. Removed and readed me 3 times. Punishment till they needed yell target. Isabel left voicemails on my cruelty. Henrik texted police threat for stolen car. Would have been hilarious if he did. Elena tagged me in Facebook post on narcissist kin and betrayal. Untagged myself. Tightened privacy settings. Extended family jumped in. Barely known cousin Victor DM'd selfish, heartless. Uncle Klaus tried group video, I declined. Aunt Margaret started church prayer chain for my soul. Only quiet one, Grandma, Isabel's mom in Arizona retirement home. Mostly dodged drama. Always kind but distant. Sent birthday cards with $45 checks. It's basic life stuff over holidays. Around 9 p.m., unknown number rang. Almost ignored. Thought family minion. But answered. Sophie, voice old but firm. Grandma Edith. Hi, Grandma. Your mom called upset today. Said you stole sister's car, forcing home loss. Told her not like you without cause. Want your side first. Nearly cried. Day of worst assumptions, someone asking felt like rescue. I told everything. The debts. Years as financial backup. Constant put-downs. Shut out from events. Henrik's text. Elena's reaction. Choice to drop burdens I shouldn't have taken. Grandma listened, no cuts. After quiet seconds. Grandpa and I lent your mom money when young and broke. 4,500 euros, big amount then. Grandma Edith listened, no interruptions. When I finished, she stayed quiet a few seconds. Your grandfather and I lent your mother money once when she and your father were young and struggling. 4,500 euros, a lot back then. We agreed they'd repay when able. They never did, not €1. Years later, when we mentioned it, your mother claimed she didn't recall it as a loan. Thought it was a gift. She seemed truly puzzled we expected payment. She sighed. I heard her shift in her chair, phone fabric rustle. Some folks live thinking the world owes them endless support. Your mother's one, and she raised Elena the same. Sorry they saw you as an ATM, not a daughter. But you're right to protect yourself, even if they don't get it. We chatted another 20 minutes. She shared stories of my grandfather, who died when I was 12. how he stressed financial independence and integrity. She asked about my job, home, life beyond family mess. Listen like my answers counted. Before hanging up, she added, I'm rewriting my will next week. Plan to split between your mother and her brother. But I'll adjust. You deserve support, even posthumous. I tried protesting. She cut me off gently. Sophie, let an old lady handle her money. Brings me peace. After the call, family panic seemed manageable. Like I had one ally who got it. Next 2 weeks, boundary boot camp. Blocked Elena after her near-crazy angry texts. Filtered Isabel's calls to voicemail. Listened sometimes, intrigued by escalating manipulations. Henrik had his lawyer send a threat letter. But I did nothing wrong, it was empty noise. House refinance pushed on. Henrik tried sole mortgage refinance. Denied as expected. Lender started forced sale process. I hired real estate attorney to guard my interests and get my equity share on sale. Truck lease simpler. Dealership sent Henrik letter, new guarantor or return vehicle. He got a coworker to co-sign, probably clueless. So no repossession. Elena's transport issue turned social media epic. She posted often on sister stealing her car injustice. Ignored it wasn't hers ever. Set up GoFundMe for new car. Raised about €270 before folks tired of her story. Parents bought her old Craigslist Honda Civic. She whined online, not new, missing features. Watched from afar. Locked down my socials. Felt strange relief, out of the circus. Work my refuge. Dove into projects, extra duties, late helps for busy coworkers. Manager noted in one-on-one. Stepped up lately, Sophie. Last client presentation top-notch. Great feedback on mentoring newbies. Thanks, extra energy redirected. She smiled wise. Cutting personal dead weight boosts career growth. Keep going. Promotions coming, your name's on list. Left meeting lighter than years. 3 months later, got promotion. Senior account manager, 15% raise. Extra cash straight to savings, growing into my own. House sold after 3 market months. Solid property, good district, quick sale despite forced. Post-mortgage, realtor fees, €35,000 equity. Attorney got my €18,000 share after proper split. Lawyer documented all for 50-50 equity proof. I'd paid most mortgage years, Henrik little. He texted calling me vulture for their cash. No reply. Forwarded to attorney for potential need. What shocked most those months, not family rage. Expected that. Surprise, people sharing stories. Dental hygienist at cleaning said she overheard my waiting room call weeks back. Been pondering her brother's situation since. One day, gym guy messaged. His girlfriend supported family years, wrecking relationship. Folks saw my actions, mirrored own traps. Clara from book club invited coffee on it. Late 40s, sharp-dressed, outwardly successful. Not close, just monthly book pals. My son's 32, she said, stirring cappuccino. Lives with me 8 years, no rent. Potty job, spends on games, dining out. Suggest he chip in or find place, he calls me unsupportive. Real moms don't charge kids rent. She looked drained saying it. Last week, car loan cosign ask. His credit zero. Something snapped. Thought of you, said no. Plain no. Silence since. In my house, my food, utilities, silent treats me like unreasonable. Next? I asked. 60-day move-out notice. Checked laws, even no rent, formal eviction. Imagine evicting own kid for not adulting? Sat a while. 2 women used years by kin viewing love one way. Easier? She asked. Guilt. Thought. Guilt softens. Not fully gone, we're taught family knows make us bad. Turns to hum, not siren. Realize love skips self-harm. She nodded slow, raised cup to bad daughters, worse moms. Clinked mine to boundaries. Isabel's kitchen loan bugged weeks after others. 18,000 euros in my name for her remodel, her repay vow. Paid 2 years, she about 1,050 euro total. I'd sunk nearly 8,000 euros of my cash into her kitchen. My lawyer suggested suing for repayment. But litigation costs would eat most of what I'd recover, and the emotional drain wasn't worth it. Instead, I made a firm choice. I quit paying. My credit score tanked. Dropped about 60 points over 8 months as misses piled up. The account went delinquent, got charged off, then sold to collectors. It hurt seeing my hard-built credit trashed. But that loan would have dogged me years anyway. This way, at least no 350 euro monthly drain to nowhere. Collectors called 6 months after I stopped. By then, balance with fees and interest topped 12,000 euros. I bargained a 4,500 euro payoff. Paid lump sum from house sale chunk. Got written note, debt settled, off credit report in 90 days. Math favored me. Total, 8,000 euro over 2 years plus 4,500 euro settlement, euro 12,500 on 18,000 euro loan, never mind to start. Isabel got 5,500 euro kitchen cut via my short-term credit rec. She never noted the misses, which said it all. She hadn't tracked it. Didn't care if I still bore her load. Loan faded for her post-remodel. I filed the settlement paper as reminder, sometimes break to mend. Same time Elena's socials turned wilder. She shifted from direct me gripes to vague rants on toxics, fake kin, narcissists ditching in need. Found psych terms, slung disorders at dissenters. Wrote long Facebook my truth with her spin. Me as jealous, bossy big sis hating her looks and popularity. Co-signed loans as gifts I gave, now spite pulling. Repoed car as her payments, bold lie, almost impressive. Comments, clueless friends backing, few calling holes. Old coworker, but you said sis paid all, just borrowing car? Elena zapped comment, blocked her. Watched from locked profile, pity mixed vindication. So set on victim, built alt-world, no blame hers, all others. Therapist warned this. Folks who dodge accountability their whole lives fight like hell when it's finally time to face it. They rewrite the past to fit their narrative, rally their allies to back them up, and stir up as much chaos as possible to distract from the truth. My therapist's advice was clear: don't bite. Let her cling to her version of events while you stay grounded in reality. That's exactly what I did. I let Elena perform her victim role to an audience that would eventually grow weary of the show. Meanwhile, I turned my focus inward, building a life that was real, one with genuine stakes, hard-earned wins, and no more strings attached to their drama. Isabel and Henrik ended up moving to a smaller rental across town, a modest 2-bedroom place that was a far cry from the house they'd clung to. Elena went with them, of course, still under their roof and their influence. Word got back to me through the grapevine, mutual acquaintances who couldn't resist sharing the gossip. They blamed me non-stop, painting me as the heartless daughter who single-handedly wrecked the family, telling their tale of woe to anyone who'd listen at church gatherings or neighborhood barbecues. Some people bought into it. A few high school pals I'd barely spoken to in years unfriended me on social media without a word, their silent judgment stinging just a little. Distant relatives I'd see once every few holidays messaged me privately, preaching about the importance of forgiveness and honoring your parents, quoting Bible verses or old family sayings as if that would guilt me back into line. But then came the surprise outreach, the kind that restored a bit of faith in people. My old college roommate, someone I'd lost touch with after graduation, hit me up out of the blue after hearing a twisted version of the story through shared friends. I laid out the truth for her. The years of financial burdens, the emotional neglect, and she confessed she'd always noticed how unfairly my family treated me back in the day. She just hadn't felt it was her place to say anything then. Her words were like a bomb, validating what I'd long suspected but pushed aside. Another unexpected message came from an old coworker who'd moved out of state years ago. She shared her own similar saga, a family that leeched off her financially until she cut the cord. "Best decision I ever made," she wrote, her encouragement fierce and unfiltered. And Sophia, my lawyer friend, made it a habit to call every couple of weeks, checking in with a mix of legal updates and cheers for my growing freedom, her voice a steady anchor in the storm. I started therapy not because I thought I'd done anything wrong, far from it, but because carrying that family mess for over 3 decades had left deep scars I couldn't ignore. Constant giving, the endless criticism, it all added up to emotional baggage I needed a professional to help unpack before it weighed me down forever. My therapist was a no-frills woman in her 60s, with sharp eyes and a straightforward manner that cut through any nonsense. In our first session, she backed my choices without hesitation, affirming that walking away was self-preservation, not selfishness. From there, she guided me through sorting the tangled pain of ditching a family that had never truly respected or loved me in the way I deserved. "You're mourning the family you should have had," she said during one particularly raw session. Parents who would have been proud of my accomplishments and supported my dreams, the sister who could have been a true friend instead of a rival. It was okay to grieve that loss, she explained, even as I accepted that the reality had never matched the ideal I'd held onto for so long. Her words helped me process the sadness without letting it consume me. 6 months after Henrik's cutting text, I found myself in my favorite coffee shop on a crisp Saturday morning. Sunlight streamed through the windows as I sipped a latte and lost myself in a book, the kind of quiet moment I'd learned to cherish. Someone approached my table, their shadow falling over the pages. "Sophie." I looked up, blinking in surprise. Took a second to place him, Luca, Elena's ex from a few years back. He was a nice guy, the type with a genuine smile and kind eyes. I'd liked him briefly during their short relationship, but she dumped him for someone with a flashier car and more disposable income. "Luca? Hi. How are you?" I managed, setting my book down. Good. "Mind if I sit for a second?" He looked a bit uneasy, shifting his weight. I gestured to the empty chair opposite me. "Sure, go ahead." He sat, fiddling with his coffee cup. "I heard about what happened with your family." "Well, I heard Elena's version first. It was all over her socials. But then I ran into your old roommate Clara at a party last month and she filled me in on the real story." "Yeah, it's been a whole mess," I admitted, keeping my tone light but honest. "Listen, I just wanted to say I'm sorry for what you went through. I dated Elena for almost a year, so I saw firsthand how your family treated you, like you were their go-to for every fix or payment, and I never once heard them say thank you." He ran a hand through his hair, visibly bothered by the memory. "Elena used to complain about you constantly," he continued, "but all her gripes boiled down to being mad that you weren't doing even more for her. Like, she'd get upset because you couldn't loan her money for concert tickets when your rent was due, and then she'd rant about how selfish you were. It drove me crazy. That's actually part of why we broke up," he added with a wry smile. "I couldn't deal with how entitled she was about everything, expecting the world to cater to her without giving back. I wasn't sure what to say at first. I'd grown so accustomed to being the villain in my family's story that hearing someone confirm my side felt almost alien, like a weightlifting I didn't know was there. Thanks for sharing that. Honestly, it helps to know I'm not crazy." "You're not crazy," he said firmly. "You're better off without them. In my opinion, Elena's still living with your parents, working part-time and posting all these dramatic things online about how everyone's wronged her. Meanwhile, you're out here living your own life. You won." After he left, I sat there for a long while, pondering his words over my cooling latte. I hadn't felt like a winner, not at all. It was more like I'd survived a total wreck, slowly picking up the shattered pieces and trying to rebuild. The exhaustion, the doubt, it all lingered. But maybe that was just another way of looking at the same situation. Escaping a poisonous dynamic and building something better wasn't about winning or losing in some grand contest. It was simpler. It was about choosing myself for once, prioritizing my peace over their demands. That conversation sparked something in me. I pulled out my phone and called the real estate agent I'd been chatting with about buying my own home. With the equity from the house sale, the savings from settling the personal loan, and my improved finances now that I wasn't carrying everyone else's debts, I qualified for a mortgage. "It'll be a small one," she said, her voice enthusiastic over the line. "But enough for a starter condo in a neighborhood you like, quiet with good amenities." "Let's do it," I replied, a surge of excitement bubbling up. "I'm ready to start looking." A year after Henrik's message that started it all, I closed on a one-bedroom condo with a balcony overlooking a small park. It wasn't huge or luxurious, but it was mine. My name on the deed, my mortgage payments building my future, and total freedom to decorate however I pleased, from cozy throw pillows to plants that thrived in the sunlight. I invited Clara and Sophia over for a casual housewarming meal. We sprawled on my new couch with takeout boxes scattered around, sipping wine from mugs because I hadn't unpacked the wine glasses yet. Laughter filled the room as we shared stories, the kind of easy camaraderie I'd missed. They raised their mugs in a toast to my new beginning. I felt something I hadn't experienced in a long time at any family gathering, true, unfiltered joy. "To Sophie," Sophia exclaimed, her mug lifted high, "for having the courage to save herself." The family group chat sat forgotten in my blocked messages folder. I pictured it still buzzing away, full of gripes about me and endless rewrites of history to cast themselves as the victims. But I had no interest in peeking, I'd moved on. Around that time, I started dating a guy I'd met through a friend of a friend. He was a software engineer, nothing too serious yet, but he was nice, made me laugh with his dry wit, and best of all, he didn't expect me to fix his problems or carry his baggage. We'd gone hiking the previous weekend, the trail winding through autumn leaves under a clear sky. As we paused for water, he mentioned casually, "My folks are excited to meet you someday, they've heard so much about you already." His words hit me unexpectedly, and I nearly teared up right there in the middle of the trail, overwhelmed by the normalcy of it all, the promise of a future without the old weights holding me back.